Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today working on the 2005 Duramax, and you can see I am knee deep in replacing the brake lines on this thing. Just wanted to do a quick video on the brake job that was done to this truck. I bought this truck from a small dealership in Wisconsin, and they did a brake job. And this is a brake job, I would say, how not to do a brake job. They did rotors. You can see they put new rotors on there, and then they put new pads. This is a brand new caliper that I just installed. Brand new brake line that I just installed, brake hose. So I did those, they did not. So they had the old junk on there. That is definitely not how I recommend doing a brake job. We'll go to the front here. Now I haven't touched anything. I've been taking stuff off, getting ready to replace the caliper and brake hose and stuff. But you can see brand new brand new rotor. Old caliper, brand new pads in the caliper, old brake line. And check this brake line out. It's leaking there. Now I didn't know that. I did know that they didn't do brake line, brake hoses, and calipers when I bought the truck. I've done enough of these. I know what to look for, and I knew what they did. I even told the dealer that he took a big risk not replacing the calipers when he did the brake job, because if they stick, you pretty much got to do the job again, and he's got to pay people to do that. I've learned over the years, when you do a brake job, especially with a truck like this, it's got 190 some thousand miles, you do not leave the old calipers. You replace those. They're like $60, $70 a piece, but it's well worth it, guys. Replace those on an old truck. Same with the brake hose. Guys, replace these. These things can swell up on the inside, and that one's leaking there. These things can swell up on the inside. You can't see it, but they swell up and they won't let the brake fluid return and flow, and you can get sticking brakes because of that. So replace those hoses. And I know why they didn't do the hose, because they were worried they're going to wreck the brake line, and then you open up a can of worms where you got rotted brake lines and stuff like that. And I understand why the dealer didn't want to do it, but if you're doing this at home, do it the right way. You're going to be much better off spending a little more money, spending some more time replacing these parts. I knew the brake lines were bad on this truck, so I knew I was replacing those. I knew I was coming in here doing the calipers too, because I was not going to leave the truck that way. The brake hose, you should see the brake hose down here. Look at this thing. That's what they left on there. I mean, that's an accident waiting to happen right there. Brake line, you really can't see it right there because the booster's leaking, but I have a new booster. But right there we go. See them lines right there? Yep, them are ready to explode. Hopefully you can see them. But them lines right there, anytime they could blow out. And I've had a few of these guys. I've had a few of these trucks, 99 to 07, blow a brake line. And when you blow a brake line on these 99 to 07s, you have no brakes at all. Unless you have a parking brake functional, you've got no brakes whatsoever. I don't really understand that. I thought they had these set up so you could, if you lost a brake line, you either lost front or rear brakes and you still had some brakes. But three vehicles of mine have actually one was my Maz Tahoe, but me and my dad were driving it and it broke a line and no brakes, absolutely none at all. My dually did it, my 2002 lifted truck did it, and my Maz Tahoe did it. So I've had 3 vehicles. Way better off to go in and replace that brake line than lose your brakes in a dangerous situation. Luckily, all the times the brakes or the lines blew, we were like going really slow. So it was just pure luck that that's what happened. Anyway, I've learned some things. I'm trying to help others out. But yeah, guys, this is not how you do a brake job. Again, old caliper, new pads, new rotor, and the hose right there, I showed you that one, junk. Needed to be replaced. But anyway, guys, that's the video. I just want to do a quick video on basically how not to do a brake job when you're doing that. Again, over here, I've got this rear pretty much wrapped up. I just got the new caliper in place. I've got a new hose. I actually got stainless line run all the way there. Oh, and then I got a new hose. I got a new hose right here. In the back here, there's 3 rubber hoses because you've got 4-wheel disc brakes. So you've got a center hose and then you've got outers. But replacing the line with Dorman, the Dorman kit, it's like $70, guys. So it's like a no-brainer to pick up a stainless brake line kit for these trucks. The hard part is installing the lines. That takes quite a bit of time to run them. You've noticed my bed's off because running this back line here is a real pain with the bed on, because you got to go above the fuel tank there. And again, this truck had the rear brake line replaced, so it must have blew out on somebody. And the problem is they run a new line without taking the bed off, and this thing was rubbing on this cross member. I don't know if you can see it there, but yeah, right there you can see where it was rubbing on this cross member because they couldn't see it. There's supposed to be like a kick up right there, and the Dorman line has that kick up where it goes up over that cross member. Well, these guys just run straight line through there, and a steel line rubbing on the frame is not going to last long. I mean, you're going to rub a hole in that in no time, especially going down the road. 3/4 ton suspension, fairly stiff. So, I mean, you're going to get a lot of vibration. So it wouldn't take long at all. And you can go through a steel line rubbing on the frame. But anyway, guys, I guess this turned into a longer video than I thought, but just wanted to share my thoughts and my experiences with the braking systems on these 99 to 07 trucks. Do it the right way, guys, the first time. You won't be disappointed with the results. If you try to skip some steps and try to skip some parts, you may or may not be disappointed, but if you do it right the first time, I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Anyway, guys, I guess that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Got some pointers. I'll see you.